Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to Super Bouts. I'll look back at some of the top fights in recent boxing history. I'm Sam Rosen, along with a very popular ringside analyst, Al Bernstein. And Al, we talk about classic matchups. Today, we take a look at Roberto Duran meeting Sugar Ray Leonard, their first meeting for the welterweight championship. That was a great matchup.
Oh, indeed it was, and it's a fight that really captured the imagination of not only the American public, but the world at large. And I think it did so because of the contrast between these two fighters, both as fighters and as men. Duran, of course, the hands of stone, the alley brawler, and Sugar Ray Leonard, the classic boxer who had already gotten an image as the all-American boy.
And certainly a big test for Sugar Ray Leonard. Could he overcome that tremendous aura surrounding Roberto Duran?
Well, I think the danger for Leonard was that he would be lured into an alley brawl with Duran. The macho image of Duran was one that I think Leonard really wanted to dismiss, and he wanted to, I think, get in there and brawl with Roberto Duran.
The fight was held June 20th, 1980 in Olympic Stadium in Montreal. Montreal, the same city where Sugar Ray Leonard made history by winning a gold medal in 1976. He went on to win the welterweight championship in 1979, and on June 20th, he was defending against Roberto Duran. Let's go to Olympic Stadium for the introductions to the fighters. Big crowd at Olympic Stadium ready for this showdown between Sugar Ray Leonard, the welterweight champion, and the former lightweight champion of the world, Roberto Duran. Duran, who stepped up in weight, had a big win last year over Carlos Palomino. When I say last year, I mean in 1979.
That was the fight that I think convinced him that he could compete in the welterweight division. Won over 10 rounds against Palomino, who was acknowledged as an excellent fighter and a good champion.
Some outstanding cornermen we're seeing. Ray Arcel and Fred Brown, who will work the corner of Roberto Duran, and in Sugar Ray Leonard's corner, of course, Angelo Dundee will be there.
And Jenks Morton, who you see in the background there.
Scheduled for 15 for the welterweight championship of the world, Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran. For Sugar Ray Leonard, this is his second title defense since winning the championship for Wilfred Benitez. 29-year-old Roberto Duran from Panama. And we are set. Carlos Padilla is the referee.
For Leonard, the key to this fight may be his ability to keep Duran on the outside in the center of the ring. Duran, of course, would very much like to wage this battle on the inside.
Sugar Ray Leonard, 24 years old, undefeated as a professional.
step up to the step up to the welterweight division for Duran has left some cynics wondering if he can punch hard enough as a welterweight. Couldn't knock out Palomino. Jimmy Hare went the distance with him, as did Zeferino Gonzalez. And one of the things they're wondering, does he punch hard enough to hurt Sugar Ray?
But I think what I started to say before, Al, was I think we can look for Duran to try and work the inside as much as possible and dig those shots to the body on Sugar Ray Leonard.
He would like to be in the inside, and of course he's an extraordinary body puncher, and that's one way he can slow Sugar Ray down for those later rounds.
Nice combination by Leonard, and he spins off the ropes quickly to get out of trouble. Get a look at the speed of Sugar Ray Leonard.
A vintage Sugar Ray move, and that is what he needs to do in this fight.
Past the midway point of round one. And Duran charges in, Leonard tying him up. Leonard, somewhat surprisingly at this point anyway, coming out flat-footed, Al.
Not giving Duran that much lateral movement. A little side to side, but nothing as dramatic as we've seen from him in other fights.
Duran trying to work the body. Leonard tying up that left hand.
But then in the fight previous to this one against Wilfred Benitez, Sugar Ray Leonard also didn't move that much. And now Duran raking him over the coals on those ropes.
Carlos Padilla gets them apart. Duran very aggressive thus far. And Leonard trying to work the body with his left hand. Late in round one, scheduled for 15 for the WBC Welterweight Championship. Come to the bell, ending round one. Roberto Duran comes out for round two to meet Sugar Ray Leonard for the WBC Welterweight Championship. Close first round.
Indeed, I thought that Leonard did some good work from the outside, but Duran was able to bull his way in from time to time and pin Sugar on the ropes.
And again, we don't see as much movement from Sugar Ray Leonard as we expected. Flat-footed, staying right there with Duran. There's the charge of Roberto Duran.
Very important for Leonard to hit him with counter shots as he comes in. I'm sure he'd like to get that straight right hand home.
Roberto Duran, 29 years old, has been fighting professionally for 13 years. Turned pro before the age of 16 in 1967. Carlos Padilla gets them apart.
Sugar Ray again against those ropes. There's a left hand from Duran that strayed a little bit low. Much talk before this fight coming into it about the tactics of Duran. And indeed, that man, Carlos Padilla, the third man in the ring. Many people wondering if he would let the fighters fight, how he would react if there were some questionable tactics from Duran.
Past the midway point of round two, and Leonard starting to flick that jab in there, but he gets rocked by a left hook from Duran, and he ties him up.
That left and the right hurt Leonard. He shakes his head no, but he was stunned for a moment.
And Duran still punching. Look at Duran working on the inside.
Leonard tries to hold on, and Padilla, his habit is to not break the fighters, just push their gloves free, and that could help Duran in this fight.
Duran charged up, goes right in after Leonard. And again, Sugar Ray ties him up, shaking his head to the crowd, but Duran gets the right hand free again. And punching on the inside, and Leonard punching with him. Finally, Carlos Padilla pries them apart.
Duran trying to take advantage of that momentary portion of the fight when he had Leonard hurt. Again,
Leonard fighting flat-footed, not moving all that much.
There's a good right hand from Sugar Ray. In the center of the ring, the jab and the straight right hand are his main weapons, and those just landed.
Grazing right hand scored for Duran. Good flurry by Sugar Ray Leonard. Final seconds of the second round. Leonard was stunned early. He comes back in the closing seconds as we come to the bell. Round 3 of the scheduled 15-round WBC welterweight championship bout. Sugar Ray Leonard already on his feet, comes out to meet Roberto Duran. Action really picked up in that second round. And if Leonard was hurt by that left hook, Al, he recovered nicely.
He did indeed, and he was able to use his hand speed and combination punching really to get himself out of trouble. Duran charging ahead. Leonard comes into this fight a 9-5 favorite. Right about now, those odds have got to be a little shorter. Padilla is letting them fight on the inside, Sam, and of course that's a great benefit to Duran.
And he's making use of it. He is working Sugar Ray over on the inside. Look at him with those right hands to the body. Leonard trying to cover up. Duran digging the body punches. Missed upstairs, goes right back to the body.
Ray either not wanting to or unable to spin off those ropes as we saw him do in round 1.
Look at Duran, just punch him back to the ropes. Leonard covering up as Duran works him over.
You wonder why Sugar Ray would stay in that posture.
Look at Duran, still with a hand free, digging those uppercuts to the chin of Sugar Ray Leonard. Again, Leonard backs up, maybe playing a little rope-a-dope here. Good right hand from Leonard off the ropes, and he comes back with 2 good shots, but some of those punches, especially the body shots, were certainly getting in for Duran. We're midway through the 3rd round. A little wrestling going on. Duran putting his hand around the head of Sugar Ray Leonard.
Sugar Ray waging this fight on Duran turf in the inside, fighting right off his chest.
At this point, it almost looks like Leonard is trying to show how much he can take on the inside. He's trying to prove himself tough to Duran.
That may well be, but he's paying the price for it, and I think there's a lot of truth to what you're saying.
But Duran backs him up to the ropes, continues to work him over. Leonard pushes him away. Certainly a lot of animosity was built up prior to this fight, with Duran being given that bad guy image, Sugar Ray Leonard the hero's image.
That's the way each likes it. Duran enjoys it that way, and so does Sugar Ray. And I'll tell you what, this fight being waged at a very brisk pace on the inside, that is something that you would think would be in Duran's benefit.
Less than 10 seconds to go in the 3rd round. Duran continues to bull Leonard backwards as we come to the end of the round. Sam Rosen and Al Bernstein, you're watching Super Bouts. This is the WBC Welterweight Championship. Sugar Ray Leonard the champion, Roberto Duran the challenger. This is round 4, scheduled for 15 from Olympic Stadium in Montreal. I wonder, Al, how long Leonard can sustain taking that attack, that body attack that Duran has hit him with the last couple of rounds.
Well, it comes when Ray is on the ropes, a position that Duran had him in during most of the 3rd round. And this part of the round being fought in the center of the ring.
We haven't seen Leonard unleash those well-known flurries of his with the great hand speed.
He looks very tentative at this point, Sam. letting Duran dictate and really initiate all the action.
What it seems like he's trying to do is got caught with a right hand that time and is backed up. It looks like what he's trying to do is land a couple of punches and then tie Duran up. But here, when Duran is getting off first, Duran seems to be very effective.
Also, Carlos Padilla is not breaking the fighters. He's simply pushing their gloves down, a style of refereeing that he has that really benefits an infighter like Duran.
And you see him doing it right there, allowing Duran to stay on the inside and continue to work on the inside. And he's been very effective with it.
Before this fight, the Duran people seemed to be upset that Padilla would referee this fight, and maybe their protests have made Padilla a little defensive about breaking the two.
Interesting point. Duran continues to crowd Leonard. Leonard tries to work the body on him.
Leonard occasionally unleashing some good flurries, but Duran doing a good work on the inside with the uppercut and the left hook to the body.
And again, it continues to surprise me that Leonard is not moving out of there, moving out to the center of the ring and working at long range.
Good right by Duran. At this point, you have to believe that Leonard wants to be on the inside with Duran.
Look at Duran mugging at Leonard, almost charging himself up. And Duran working Leonard over to the body with that good left hook to the midsection. Leonard comes back, tries to turn things. Final seconds of round 4.
Hope you're enjoying this edition of Super Bouts. You're watching the welterweight championship bout between Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran. And to this point, Al, the big surprise has to be Sugar Ray's style of fighting.
Well, he is flat-footed, fighting on the inside, often with his back to the ropes. I am sure this is not the way Angelo Dundee and Jenks Morton want to see him fight. I think, frankly, it's because Duran has lured him into this kind of macho fight, and that can only be problems for him.
We will see how things pick up. We will pick up the action with round 8. Let's go back to Olympic Stadium in Montreal and pick up this welterweight championship bout with round 8. Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray Leonard. Carlos Padilla again pushing those gloves free. It's allowed Duran to work on the inside throughout the fight, and he's worked well to the body of Sugar Ray Leonard.
Leonard more effective, of course, when they are in the center of the ring, but he's not been able to land those combinations as he wanted to, I'm sure, coming into this fight. And one of the big reasons is Duran, who, as I said, is a good defensive fighter, has slipped his jab better than I think Sugar Ray anticipated.
Duran digging with the right hand moments ago to the body. Nice right hand by Leonard.
The uppercut's been a big weapon for Duran. There was an occasion when Leonard used the punch well.
Good example of the foot speed. Now Duran mimicking and taunting Sugar Ray Leonard.
Duran is always interesting in the ring. When Duran gets off balance with some of those shots as he's coming in, that's when Sugar Ray really wants to nail him with a counterpunch. Not been able to do that so far.
And really, for the first time thus far, we're seeing a lot more movement by Sugar Ray Leonard.
And the lateral movement is very effective against Duran. He can hit him from different angles. He can make Duran lunge and then nail him with the counter shots. And he is staying off those ropes in this round. Now here's where Leonard expects the referee to break them, and then he can step back, and Padilla's not doing that.
Neither man landing much here. And Duran is really not charged in the way he was charging the earlier rounds. Now he comes to the inside, where Leonard tries to tie up that left hand and does effectively.
The key difference is that Ray, as you said, has given him a little movement in this round and has come at Duran a little differently. He's fighting a little bit different fight.
Less than half a minute to go in round 8. And once again, Duran backs Leonard up, but this time Leonard with a flurry off the ropes. Good work to the body by Duran.
He throws those combinations well downstairs and comes back with an overhand right to the head of Ray. So early advantage for Sugar Ray, eating away a little bit at the end of the round.
Good finish to the round by Roberto Duran as the bell sounds, ending round 8. Duran walking confidently back into his corner.
Getting a lecture from Ray Arcel and Freddie Brown, maybe not a lecture, but a talking to in any case. And together they've got well over 100 years of experience in the boxing wars.
Look at Sugar Ray Leonard with Angelo Dundee right in front of him. There have been no knockdowns in this fight. Duran has kept up that tough pressure on the inside. Let's take a look at some of the action in that 8th round.
This is the right hand that Duran threw midway through the round, and the overhand right has worked well for him. Another angle shows you how this punch landed. He pawed with the jab and gave Leonard something to think about, and raised left hand very low, and Roberto was able to get that right hand in.
Final instructions from Ray Arcel, who hoists Duran into the center of the ring. Round 9, scheduled for 15. For the WBC Welterweight Championship, second title defense for Sugar Ray Leonard. He won the title from Wilfred Benitez, defended it against Dave Boy Green.
Duran trying to get his own jab in, and one of the best ways to nullify a good jabber when you face him is to use your own jab. And that jab will also help Duran come in behind it.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. After this fight, win or lose, Sugar Ray Leonard will have a sore body. He is taking a pounding to the ribs, to the midsection from Duran.
He's allowed Duran to wage this fight on the inside, and that's what Roberto wanted coming in.
Heads came together on the inside. You saw a little concern on the face of Sugar Ray Leonard, thinking that perhaps a cut had been opened up, but no blood, no cut, and he was okay.
There you see Duran using the jab to work his way in. When he does that, he is a very effective fighter. When he lunges in, he leaves himself open for the counter shots, but he's working his way in with that jab now.
Certainly Duran has shown he can build up in weight and be a powerful force. He's not sluggish at all. He looked very, very strong in this fight.
And you can see here he still has the quickness of a lightweight. And that's one of the things I think is giving Sugar Ray a little trouble. Duran is quick, and that is because he is naturally a lightweight.
It's something you mentioned earlier, Al, about Duran's defensive skills. Just watch that head movement. That's really what he is so effective at. Just moving that head out of the way of those punches very quickly. Leonard, surprisingly, is not looking for punching room. He's willing to stand on the inside.
In this round, Leonard's jab completely nullified. It's been Duran winning the battle of the left jab throughout, and it's set up everything else he wants to do.
Less than half a minute to go in the 9th round, and though Leonard has tried to tie up Duran, Duran has been able, sometimes on his own, sometimes with the help, if you will, of Carlos Padilla, the referee, to work his way free and get some punching maneuverability on the inside. Leonard trying to open up. Duran answers back. We head for the bell, ending round 9 of this 15-round championship bout. You're watching Super Bouts, Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray Leonard. And indeed, a cut was opened up over the left eye of Sugar Ray Leonard when the heads came together in round 9. It did not affect Sugar Ray Leonard in the 10th round. We're going to pick up the action from Olympic Stadium in Montreal with round 11 of the scheduled 15-round championship bout. Ray Arcel leaning in with final instructions to Roberto Duran. Sugar Ray Leonard ready for round 11. It's been a tough, bruising battle on the inside. Carlos Padilla prying them apart. There have been no knockdowns in this fight. If I had to put a number on it, or just assess the situation, I'd say the more stinging punches have been landed by Duran.
I think he's landed the harder blows, especially to the body of Sugar Ray Leonard. Of course, he had him stunned, really hurt early in the fight. In round 2, and Sugar Ray has never really landed that good straight right hand the way he wants to.
Again, Duran working the body. Leonard unable to fight him off.
Boy, this is a scene that we have seen throughout this fight. Leonard with his back against the ropes and Duran just blasting away to the body and the head.
Not moved all that much. He has stood right there with Duran. They've gone toe-to-toe. They fought on the inside. And the other thing that we haven't seen is the great Sugar Ray Leonard jab.
Well, it's a punch that Duran has slipped time and time again. And, of course, you can't throw the jab from this posture when you're on the inside with a man fighting off your chest. So that's made the punch useless to Sugar Ray.
Leonard willing to slug it out with Duran. Past the midway point of the 11th round.
Good uppercut by Duran. There's an old axiom in boxing: you never hook with a hooker. And Roberto Duran has a great left hook. And that's what Sugar Ray Leonard is doing in this fight.
Leonard finally coming off the ropes and scores with a left hook of his own. Duran trying to turn it around, goes right back to the body shots.
You just can't discourage Duran. He hits him with 1 or 2 good shots, but Roberto comes right back at him.
Leonard landed a left hook in that flurry.
The effort by both fighters is really extraordinary, even for a championship match of this caliber. This pace is incredible.
A good left hook got in by Duran has Leonard covering up. Duran continues to come at him constantly. Less than half a minute to go in the 11th round.
And again, Sugar Ray languishing on those ropes, and Duran happy to take advantage of it. Even though Ray is landing good counter shots like that off the ropes, the judges may be looking more favorably upon the aggression of Duran.
Good flurry by Leonard. Duran answers back. Back and forth they go as we come to the bell, ending round 11.
Certainly the officials bring an international flavor to this fight. Carlos Padilla from the Philippines, the judges from Italy, Great Britain, and France. Round 12, scheduled for 15. Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran. Duran coming into this fight having lost only once in his 13-year pro career, and that was back in 1972. He lost a 10-round decision to Esteban de Jesus.
And boy, did he get revenge on De Jesus, beating him in 1974, knocking him out in 11 rounds, and again in 1978, knocking him out in 12.
Sugar Ray Leonard, who gained gold medal glory in Montreal, comes back 4 years after winning the gold to defend his welterweight championship.
Well, you could hear that right hand to the body by Duran. He has just pulverized Leonard to the body, and you have to give Sugar Ray a lot of credit for hanging in there. He has taken tremendous punishment. And we're now at the point in the fight where you wonder if he can give Duran the kind of movement it may take to keep him at bay. Where is Leonard's jab, Sam? It's just absent.
Don't know. Little tape on the glove of Roberto Duran, taken away by Carlos Padilla. Both fighters seem to be slowing down, tiring just a little bit. For the first time in the fight, we're noticing it. They've kept up a bruising pace on the inside. A punishing battle. Good right by Leonard, good left answered by Duran.
Now there was a good move by Leonard as he slips away from the clinch with Duran.
Duran pawing with that jab, didn't get anything done with it.
I think one of the subtler stories in this fight, but maybe an important one, is how well Duran has used his own jab. It's helped set things up for him very well.
See Carlos Padilla push that left hand free. Sugar Ray Leonard has tried to tie up Duran as often as possible in this fight. Duran getting in a right hand.
Duran has turned that jab into a hook often in this fight. He did it just a moment ago. Starts it out as a jab and then comes with the left hook, and it's often landed against Leonard.
Leonard got in a beautiful left to the body, but Duran, undaunted, keeps coming on. What a credit to these two men for the training they've done. They have taken some vicious pounding to the body.
And there's Sugar Ray with a left, two lefts to the body, and we should not neglect the work he's done.
The end of round 12. Crowd here in Montreal has really loved this fight. Take a look at the body shots. And Leonard with an effective left hook.
And there's an example of them trading left hooks, presumably something that Leonard doesn't want, but in that instance, he may have landed the harder punch.
Man in the green is Fred Brown leading in. Man in the white jacket was Ray Arcel. In Sugar Ray Leonard's corner now, Angelo Dundee rubbing him down. Talking to the champion as we get set for round 13. There's been no knockdowns in this fight. Good crowd at Olympic Stadium in Montreal.
It's been a busy night for Carlos Padilla, and I'm sure some people wonder about the way he has operated on the inside with these two fighters, slapping their gloves away instead of breaking them. And there, well, finally, this time he did step in and break them.
Oh, good combination by Duran. A right to the body and a left hook to the head. Leonard trying to turn it around now.
Sugar Ray has shown us on some occasions that he can use those combinations effectively against Duran, but once he unloads, Duran unloads his own combinations, and Sugar Ray just can't seem to discourage him.
Carlos Padilla breaks them. Duran able to block a lot of those hooks, gets a left hook in.
And then Ray follows with his own left. You know, one of the questions coming into this fight has been, can Duran accept punishment from a good welterweight hitter? And Leonard, while he is not a devastating knockout artist, does have good power. And Duran has tasted that and not gone anywhere.
Duran has not been frustrated by the holding that's been done by Leonard when he's tried to tie Duran up. Duran has just been steadfastly going and pulling one glove free and punching to the body.
That's a good point, and often fighters that like to fight on the inside get frustrated by that, and Duran with an excellent straight right hand.
And a good left hook. Good round for Roberto Duran. He has scored with some solid punches here. And again, at least to my amazement, Sugar Ray Leonard has fought the fight, really fought Roberto Duran's fight, fought on the inside. He has not shot the jab out and not shown us the ring movement that he normally shows.
And Duran continues to bang him with those left hooks. amazing that this is the 13th round.
And Leonard willing to trade with him, going punch for punch.
A couple of good rights by Sugar Ray.
And again, Duran answers back. Less than half a minute to go in the 13th round. Leonard may have been a little low with that left, but digs another left hook to the body. And they trade punch for punch. 10 seconds to go in the 13th. Duran still looks to be getting the better of it. Now Leonard gets in a combination. Big finish to the 13th round. Set for round 14. Sugar Ray Leonard ready to come out. Roberto Duran waving him forward. Come on, let's get it on, he says, for round 14. Al, it would be tough to match the action of the 13th round.
That was an amazing round. It's really amazing when you think that it was the 13th round of a fight that's been fought at this pace.
Leonard trying to work the body again. Gets in a good left hook and tries to follow with that right hand.
Leonard again landing the left hook quite effectively. It's a punch that he's used well. There's a clubbing right hand by Ray.
Tough, close battle. Fought mostly on the inside. See Carlos Padilla, he's been slapping those gloves free for most of this fight. It's allowed them to work on the inside where Duran has gotten the better. A good right uppercut scored by Sugar Ray Leonard.
And that's a punch Ray wanted to use more in this fight, I think, but hasn't always been able to land it. A couple of good left hooks as Duran doubles up.
Short left hook scored by Duran. Leonard missing. Seeing some signs of fatigue here in the 14th round.
Why not?
But every time I say that, they start to go at it once more.
Again, the left hook of Duran, and he is using that punch to both the body and the head of Sugar Ray. Just wondered when this fight started, did Sugar Ray imagine it would be fought this way? He's lent to help that happen, though, because he has stayed on the inside with Duran.
Seeing some puffiness on the left side of Sugar Ray Leonard's face, especially under the left eye. The flurry to the body by Sugar Ray Leonard. And this time it's Duran tying Leonard up.
Well, if anybody doubted Sugar Ray's toughness, they can't doubt it anymore.
Never.
He has given and taken with Duran on the inside.
He has taken the best shots of Roberto Duran. But the question is, has he made a mistake in strategy here?
Well, at this point, you have to think he has.
Little bolo action for Sugar Ray Leonard. It scored a right-hand uppercut. Crowd liked it. Duran, smiling in disdain, says it didn't hurt him. As we head for the bell, ending round 14. We are set for round 15. The crowd at Olympic Stadium in Montreal on its feet. The championship is on the line. Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran touch gloves with a little assistance from referee Carlos Padilla.
It is not typical of Roberto Duran to touch gloves before the last round, not in his makeup.
I don't think he's a big fan of Sugar Ray Leonard's.
Well, there should be some grudging admiration at this point in any case.
Though I don't know, because with Roberto Duran, he's one of those guys, he has total disdain for all opponents. He thinks he is superior. That macho image is right true to form, right down to the toes of Roberto Duran.
He certainly carried it through this fight. Duran has been crowding Sugar Ray throughout in this fight. Ray has allowed it to happen most of the time. And again, you see Duran trying to work his way in by pawing with the jab. It's something that's worked effectively for him.
Well, there's no question that Sugar Ray Leonard has proven he can take the pounding of Duran and give some back. But the question is, has he in turn given up too much, given up too many rounds in this fight?
Well, he has demonstrated his toughness and his intestinal fortitude, but as you point out, is it enough to win this fight?
Oh, Duran pounding the side of Sugar Ray Leonard. We're past the midway point of this 15th round. There have been no knockouts in this fight. Again, Leonard tying up Duran. Carlos Padilla trying to break them free, break those gloves free, as he's done so often in this fight. Nice combination by Leonard. Now it's Duran doing some tying up.
Really, for the first time in the fight, Duran holding on to Sugar Ray.
But still that good head movement. Look at Duran slip those punches. He's tough to hit.
He is indeed, and he is mugging at Sugar Ray. You get the feeling he doesn't just want to beat him, he wants to mock him in this fight. And that, too, in keeping with the Duran profile.
Leonard missing as the clock winds down on this fight.
You sense that Sugar Ray thinking he must have a very big 15th round to win, perhaps even thinks he may need a knockout.
Leonard with a good flurry. There will be no knockout in this one.
Duran says, hit me right here. It's been a problem for Ray.
And look at Duran mocking and taunting Sugar Ray Leonard. And it's all over. And again, Roberto Duran pushes Sugar Ray Leonard away. Duran says, I'm the champion. As we come to the end of this fight, we await the final decision. We'll be right back.
Sugar Ray Leonard anxiously awaiting the decision to find out whether he will retain his WBC welterweight championship. Across the way, Roberto Duran very confident. Let's go into the ring and get the official decision.
Mesdames et messieurs, la décision officielle des juges. Here is the official decision. Le juge Badirou. Duran, 146. 146. Leonard, 144. 144. Le juge Potelli. Duran, 147. 147. Leonard, 147. 147. Le juge Gibbs. Leonard, 144. Duran, 145. Le nouveau champion du monde, Roberto Duran.
And there you see the winner, Roberto Duran, winning a majority decision over Sugar Ray Leonard in a tremendous fight, and certainly all that it was cut out to be.
One of the best title fights I think the welterweights have seen in the last 20 years, and I don't think that's too bold a statement to make. For Sugar Ray Leonard, a big disappointment.
And you see, you had to look at the disheartened Sugar Ray Leonard after the announcement of that decision, and certainly in the aftermath of that fight, Al, everyone was asking, didn't Sugar Ray Leonard make a mistake by fighting that style?
I think he was lured into the macho style of Roberto Duran, realized at some point it was a mistake, it was too late to pull out of it. He would fight Duran, of course, again in the famous no mas fight, use a completely different style and frustrate Duran.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this event on Super Bouts. Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran for the WBC Welterweight Championship. Their first meeting with Roberto Duran winning a majority decision in 15 rounds. For the Prince of Pugilism, Al Bernstein, this is Sam Rosen. Thanks for being with us. See you again next time on Super Bouts. So long, everyone.
Just spit it right in there. Don't worry about it. Drop your hands. Be sharp. Change your angle. Give him that, hey, hey, come on. And snap your punch.
So you saw the